Hi, this is Alan Mayer. Welcome to Studio Magic and LayerCake's Underwater Fantasy tutorial. Let's review the color coding in the layer palette. As you can see here, green represents filters and overlays. All overlays and filters are on separate layers, as seen here, and you can move the slider back and forth to get your desired dramatic effect. Blue represents groupings. I'm going to open the grouping by clicking on the arrow. Each bubble is on its own separate layer. Let's turn some of the bubbles on and off. Okay, now I'm going to move the bubbles below the subject. I'll drag the bubble layer below the subject as seen here. Now I'll click the bubbles on and off. Always close the group when you're finishing with your editing. As you can see, I'm going to click the fish group on and off. Now I'll open the plant group. Each plant, as you can see, is on its own separate layer. I'll click a few on and off. If your auto select is on, make sure that you turn it off. With the plant group open, I'll select this plant layer in the layer palette and I'll begin to edit it. I'll transform the plant, and as you can see here, I'm going to resize it. Now I'll hold the Shift key down to raise the height of the plant. Be sure to close the group when you're finished editing. I'm going to turn the LayerCake placement model on and off. The red color represents the LayerCake model. Click off the layer and replace the model with your subject. Let's affix a mermaid tail to a subject. I'm going to drag it in from the prop collection, and we'll just set the tail in place and reposition it, and there we go. In the transformation mode, hold down the Control key if you're a PC or the Command key if you're a Mac to begin to distort. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the subject. I'm going to add a layer mask, and with the foreground being black, I'm going to select the brush and I'm going to begin to erase the bottom torso of the model. When I right-click on the image, it brings up the dialog box. I like to set the hardness of my brush to 100%. Now I will erase the bottom torso. Now in the layer palette, I'm going to select the mermaid tail and the subject, and I'm going to merge them by using Control E if I'm a PC or Command E if I'm a Mac. I'm going to go to Filter, I'm going to go to Liquify, and I'm going to take the defaulted tool in Liquify and I'm going to reshape the model. How to replace the LayerCake model with your subject. I'm going to turn off the LayerCake model and I'm going to drag your subject in. Let's open the fish group. Any element can be removed from the grouping. Here I'm going to select a fish and move the fish layer above the subject as seen here. Always make sure that you close the group when you're finished editing. All virtual scenes have teal overlays. Here I'm going to move the slider back and forth to achieve the best effect. Final touches, combining a wavy and teal overlay. Select the teal overlay and move the slider back and forth for the desired effect. That's good. Now select the wavy overlay, and once again I'll move the slider back and forth until I achieve the effect that I'm looking for. That's pretty good, and I'll stop right there. Drag and drop teal and wavy overlays when creating your own composite. The overlays are defaulted into all virtual scenes. If you are creating your own composite, the overlays are in a separate folder named Overlays, as seen here. Open the folder and select the effect you're looking for. There's horizontal and vertical teal, and the same for wavy. Simply drag and drop the layer over your image and move the slider to get your desired effect. Let's use Studio Magic's Light Rays and Paint with Light features. I'm going to use Studio Magic 2. I'll select Lighting Effects in the panel and open the Rays, Beams, and Bursts gallery. I'll scroll down and select the light ray. I'll hit OK and Create, and the light ray will open in my image. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select transform and resize. There we go. You can adjust the intensity, move the slider, and hit update. I'm going to click on all the layers to return to the original composite. Now I'm going to move the subject above the light ray. Be sure to close the lightweight group. Now let's use Studio Magic 1 to paint with light. I'll right-click inside the photo to bring up the brush dialog box, and I'll select 0% hardness and begin to paint on the layer mask. The opacity is defaulted to 55%. I'll move the slider to obtain my desired effect. Let's review what's in the collection. You'll receive drag and drop schools of fish, under the sea props, virtual underwater scenes, assortment of bubbles, and an assortment of plant life. As you can see, there's a robust collection of all types of bubbles to be used not only for underwater effects, but other uses as well. There's an assortment of salt and freshwater fish, schools of fish, and menacing sharks. There's also plant life and a variety of underwater props. I'd like to thank you for watching this tutorial. I hope it was informative. If you don't own Studio Magic, give me a call, Alan, and I can arrange a generous offer. My phone number is 818-726-5028. Again, thank you for watching.